Hello to ya. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Show and tell.
Oh, yes, we're back.
We are back. Stacey Montz and Mel here with you today. Podcasting.
Yes, we are. Are you sitting here to see if we
she's
speak?
just waiting to see if we
You're
She's
just
Such
having a go at
bitch.
me just constantly. So I'll just let you two have a chat.
Okay, well, we could easily have a chat. It'd just be so boring.
Say sorry and I'll start talking.
Sorry. Fucking hell.
She told me I was in a mood today. I'm just bloody smashed. Had a migraine yesterday and then the next day I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
could
looks
have
like a bag of dicks,
I
actually.
do. I'm so pale. Well, I don't know. The thing is that I just don't have fake tan on. And so whenever I don't have fake tan on, people think I'm really unwell.
It's like when I don't have mascara on because my eyelashes are blonde. They look at me and they're like, God, you look tired today. I'm like, oh, fuck, I just don't have fucking mascara on.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
give us a spell.
the one thing,
This is
isn't
actually
it?
how I look.
We saw each other in our natural state.
Habitat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we saw you. You see us often in our natural habitat. I mean, I'm never
No, I
not in
don't-
my natural
I
habitat.
don't think I've ever seen Stacey without mascara.
Yeah, it's very rare I
Okay.
don't have mascara on.
Me
'Cause
too.
I look dead.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
always
we
done.
went away last weekend. We live in Melbourne and we went to Wye River, which was stunning. The weather was gorgeous and we went away without our kids and we did like enzyme therapy treatments and
so good.
we just like...
Sat.
Yeah, Mel taught us how to put
Oh, yes.
what's it called? Eyeshadow on.
This is so pathetic. We were literally like,
12.
how do you put eyeshadow on? Because me and you were so
Oh,
hopeless.
so hopeless.
And it was awesome because it was like one product tip and that's, I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, what was it? It was a stick that you just...
There's just an eyeshadow stick. Like NYX make them, Mecca make them, Bobby Brown, Laura Mercier. There's heaps. And you just basically...
It's like a
bloody
lipstick almost, isn't it?
draw it on your eyelid and then just blend it up and you're done.
Yeah, you think that if you do your makeup, but I've never worn eyeshadow in my life.
Yeah,
I don't wear
same.
foundation because I feel like my skin can't breathe.
Yeah, same.
So I understand that I would look a lot better in life if I actually made an effort. Like
Yeah,
I reckon
but
if I put...
because we're used to looking at you like that, it's like Mel, like she wears proper makeup, but
Yeah.
she doesn't look like it's too much.
No.
But for me and you, I feel like when I put it on, I look like a full drag queen.
Yeah, makeup does not work that well for you.
It doesn't work that well for you either.
Well, I think I look pretty on the project.
And I look at you and think, wow, that's a lot of makeup.
Mate,
but
and
it's
it's
just used to looking at each other with not much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
it's
a
TV makeup. It's pretty
hectic amount of
hardcore.
makeup.
Yeah.
My God. Anyway, so yeah, we went away and we didn't do anything. People were like, did you get wasted? We're like, no, we didn't.
No, although I will say the commitment you guys have to exercise was so incredible for me to see. Like, I don't really do anything. So they would be like, we're going to exercise. Do you want to come? And I was like, I'd rather work. How does that sound? So I worked while they went and exercised. It's
Well, we
very
just went
telling.
for a walk. We were in a nice hilly
Okay, all
town.
right,
It
hang
was a
on.
walk.
Hang on.
It was.
Hang
We
on.
did. You did walk to and from dinner on Friday
Hang on
night.
a minute. With part of the way Stacey having to literally push me up the hill, it was that walk.
Yeah, look, it was hilly.
My hips were hurting.
Yeah, they're probably like, the fuck's going on here? I haven't worked like this in a
And
while.
then who had the great idea? Was it you, Monty? To everyone, it was so pitch black. We're talking about the middle, it felt like the middle of nowhere, going up this hill. You could see the stars. It was amazing, but no street lights or anything. Just, so we're using our phones for torches. And Monty's like, how about we turn our torches off? And then I was like, oh my God, we're going to fall off this hill.
It was like her version of trying to be fully present. And she just kept saying, your eyes will adjust. Your eyes will adjust. I'm like, my fucking eyes aren't adjusting.
Yours adjusted though,
If
didn't
I
they,
roll
Mel?
my
They
ankle
did
here,
after
I'm
a
going to be so angry.
Oh, I just was like, we're never really in nature like that. Let's just, you can't see the stars properly when you got a fluorescent torch blaring, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry that I made you walk in
fine.
nature and look at stars.
Hey, listen, I like walking in nature.
Mel got scared because before we went, there was apparently a leopard on the loose.
Panther.
Panther on the loose somewhere. You often hear about those black cats that are they're apparently in the Blue Mountains a lot.
Are they? Oh, we're never going there.
Anyway, something else we did. This show was made in 2017, and I interviewed Elaine Crombie on the 3 p.m. pickup the other day. I'm so obsessed with her now. I can't even tell you.
She's so your type of woman.
I messaged her after just the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, Elaine, this is like the best thing I've ever seen. And Elaine is an Indigenous woman, and then she wrote back, oh, thanks, Monty, that's so great. And she's like, would you be open to doing Pass the Mic now? And I said, you bet, but only if you're a vagina while you're doing it. Oh my God. Because in this show, Kiki and Kitty, which I should explain, Elaine plays Kitty's big black vagina.
Yes. Which sounds crazy.
Sorry, it's confusing. Okay, so Kiki is the girl, and she works in a law firm, and she's really straighty 180. Then one night she goes out and gets wasted, and she wakes up with Elaine, who plays Kitty, in this TV series, and she is her vagina that follows her everywhere, and they mark off a list of things she's got to get done. And anyway, so I just want to play this tiny bit, which I love. I could not get enough of Elaine in it, just her actions, because you could tell she was just doing her. She was improvising it all.
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
And Nakia Louie plays Kitty in it, and she wrote it, and she's just a fucking gun. Anyway, so this is when she's just woken up. She's been wasted. This is Kiki the night before, and she wakes up and Kitty, her vagina, is there, who she has never seen before.
Do you remember anything about last night?
Nothing, unless this is still last night and I'm still dreaming.
Wrong again. I'm your vagina, your mud, your budgie, your pussy, your bobcat, your nanny, your mouth, your
Cocksocket.
Hey, whoa, what? No. I'm your pussy. Call me Kitty.
Prove it.
Oh, it's so good.
ABC iView we watched it on. We watched the whole
It's
whole
very funny.
series.
I'm normally not into that type of thing because I like
It's weird humour.
unrealistic. I don't like unrealistic stuff, but it is so funny.
Mate, it's so funny.
She's so funny.
She's
It was
so
hilarious.
bloody brilliant.
And just on a side note, how gross is the word mutt?
It's so good. I love the word mutt.
It is a bit. It's nasty.
I hate mutt. It sounds smelly.
Mutt's got to be brought back.
Cocksocket.
Cocksocket. No.
No.
Meat wallet.
Oh, she didn't say meat wallet, did she?
No, I'm saying meat wallet.
Oh,
That's foul.
What else did people say? You know,
God, here we go.
like cheesy taco.
Oh,
That's just. I just got a smell. I almost got a smell when
Of
you said
what?
it. I don't know.
Vagina.
Yeah, like I don't know. That took me somewhere I didn't want to go then.
yeah.
Yucky.
Johnny Town. Anyway, you've got to watch it. They're about 12 because it was on ABC and now it's on ABC iView or YouTube. They're like 13-minute episodes. If you're into weird humour, you know what it reminds me of is Ryan
Hilarious.
Shelton, my beautiful friend who
yeah.
makes really quirky comedy.
Yeah.
This is it, but it's written so beautifully with really awesome, strong messages in there too, but delivered in a really fucking hilarious
It's
way.
funny. It is funny.
And it's called Kiki and Kitty, so watch that. We devoured that. We also sat through some other actual shit stuff. What did we
went back
rewatch?
to some rom-coms, didn't we? New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I didn't finish watching
Nah,
that.
you didn't. What was the one we watched the first night?
We watched the Michelle Obama doco.
Oh,
did.
yes, that
Brilliant.
was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we watch the first night?
I think the Michelle Obama. Oh, no, we
No,
didn't.
that was the
We watched a
last night.
movie, didn't we?
We did. I told Sam everything we watched. She's like, did you guys leave the house? I'm like, barely. We barely left the house.
Oh, yeah. I had no interest in leaving the house. All
Me
I do
either.
is stuff, like I
Yeah.
just want to sit.
And we just laid in bed. It was so delicious. And Mel's husband has a beautiful deli. And so we had all this gourmet meat and cheese. Like, would have been hundreds of
And
dollars worth.
pastizies. Don't forget the
Oh, and
pastizies.
pastis. We just ate like fucking pigs. And then, what's it called? Cockatoo arrives and I give him some meat and Mel panics because she thinks the cockatoo is going to...
A kookaburra.
Kookaburra,
Kookaburra.
sorry. But there were lots of cockies too.
Kookaburra.
Can't remember kookaburra.
You've got a full mental blank with kookaburras,
Yeah.
don't you? It's funny when that happens.
Well, I
isn't
get
it?
kookaburras and cockatoos mixed up.
Yeah. Like it's funny how your mind gets it.
Yeah.
Like I've got things like that too, where it just always comes out wrong. Like I
Yeah.
can't. You get stuck on it. It's so funny, but it was a kookaburra.
It was a kookaburra. There also were cockies. Mel was nervous of the kookaburra though. She's heard deadly stories of them, so I wouldn't go near it. But cockatoos are quite pestly.
They're like seagulls down the coast. Yeah.
And also in parts of Sydney. Our friends went away once. They live in like Avalon, so near Palm Beach, and they came back and their whole fucking deck was destroyed because of the cockies pecking it up and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like a high balcony just completely destroyed.
God. Ratbags.
I know, right?
Well, I've got a funny story I read on Pedestrian today.
I love pedestrians so very
Me
much.
too.
It's so
Very
good.
good.
But,
Yeah.
Okay, get this headline. Austrian man fined €500 for farting at police in quotation marks with full intent, which would surely blow. So this is the situation. This man, it says police claimed that the fart whisperer got up from a park bench, looked deeply into the officers' souls and, this is the quote, let go a massive intestinal wind apparently with full intent.
Full intent just to fart on them.
He got fined €500.
Do you reckon
That's
that's
820 Aussie dollars.
A lot of money
Do you
for a
reckon
fart.
that's like a law? Like, have they just made the fine up? It can't be like a rule or law.
Never
or whatever.
heard of a fart.
Costing you that much money.
Sure, they're offensive.
Because
but
you know what? There would be things like that. It would be like a, you can't disrespect. It would be going, well,
Spitting on.
it would be the same
spitting on
as,
someone.
spitting on a police officer or, swearing at them. There's probably a standard fine, and I would think farting in their direction would fall under the same.
I don't know.
Imagine just moving your ass cheeks towards a cop and just like what?
I know, but imagine he gets home and Barbara, his wife's like, we've got to go do food shopping. He's like, we can't this week, Barb. Just farted at a police officer. No food. No food,
Just
honey.
funny.
Hilarious.
Farts are just funny. I think.
funny.
I mean, they're gross,
always.
but they're funny.
Oh, they're so gross, though. Burps just make me more disgusted than farts.
Yeah,
so.
same.
No
burps,
way.
burps gross
100%.
me out too.
Oh, you know the worst kind of burp? A dim sim burp.
Oh, yuck. Yuck. I only my body only allowed me to burp when I was like 26.
Yeah, I remember that.
I couldn't
Gosh, I
physically
can't
burp,
burp.
and I found it so revolting that like all my friends in school used to burp in my face just to make me angry.
Oh,
But I just physically could not burp, and then all of a sudden I could. How strange is that?
Yeah.
hang on. Where did the air go? Were you just constantly bloated or it
No.
would become a fart?
Probably a fart, yeah. But I don't know, no.
It's interesting that it chooses, like, is it in there and it's like, I'm going to go out this way or this way? Like what, like the
exactly
air
what I
in
was
there, the gas in there. It's like, I just picture like an empty ball in the inside and then a tube coming up
Yeah,
out to my
same.
mouth and a tube going down out my bum.
I'm going to go down today.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If I hold in too many farts,
Yeah.
it turns into a poo. I don't know how it works, but if I've been like when I used to work outside of, in an office or whatever, and I'd be holding my farts in all day, by the time I got home from work, it had become a poo.
Maybe it's the poo was just
weird.
ready to come out then. Mightn't have been the fart
maybe.
situation.
Oh,
Who knows?
It's so painful holding your farts in for too
oh
long.
my God. Oh my
The
God.
wind, the gas. Oh.
I had to get degas tablets once because my tummy was so sore and so bloated.
From holding too many in.
Yeah,
From work.
at work. Yeah, because I used to see like clients would come in, and on a day where it was back to back, mate, fucking
And you couldn't just go to the toilet and do a little fart?
nightmare. I'm very funny with stuff. Like when we went away, I took VI poo. I mindfully remembered to take VI poo.
When you came away last weekend?
Yeah, I'm funny with. I had it. I showed you, didn't I?
Yeah, you showed
What
me.
is that, the spray?
Left it in the
funny-
bathroom. You spray it
Oh,
in the
that's
toilet
right.
before you poo. And then you were talking about Stace, the Aesop
Yeah, Aesop has one.
poo drops.
Oh,
You
poo-poo
drop it in
drops.
afterwards into the water of the toilet. My mum got it for me and I was so pumped. It was in my Santa sack and I got it and I was
As
like,
a
she's got
38-year-old
me
woman.
Aesop, this is so good. And then I was like, oh, they're poo drops. Like you couldn't have got me something better from Aesop?
But once you've done a poo and you can smell it, the aurora is around the room. So how does putting
Aurora?
Aroma.
aroma? Sorry, aroma. Aurora is actually a massage place. Aroma is all around the room. Aurora might
You know
smell
what?
it.
It would be like someone would walk in and go,
It does take the
smells
smell
beautiful
out.
in
though.
here. Someone's just had a shit. Because you would know.
Nah, it really genuinely it takes the smell out. It's amazing.
Because
You have to do it straight away. You flush and you just quickly go in.
Right. Well, there's one thing worse than the smell of shit, and it's the smell of trying to disguise a shit. So it's like a mix of shit and
it's
impulse.
the shit cheap stuff that you spray that does that. It's
It's so gross.
It's more gag worthy than the shit.
You know what I can't handle is the orange scent that is used. You know those, and you spray it, and it's quite popular in quite a few toilets, and the scent is orange.
No. I always go for
Lemon.
Glen 20 because I usually just like give the toilet a quick spray after just to,
Kills 99.9% of bacteria.
So I'll give it, but they've got a like a linen-y sort of smell. I like that sort of smell.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
like the fake
I do
citrusy
not like the
ones.
orangey one.
No.
Hey, Mel, you read something else before. I was like, oh, my God. As a kid, my worst ever fear, like, when you're scared of normal things like robbers and stuff like that as a kid. But I was so scared of quicksand. I just remember thinking, shit, nearly all sand's quicksand, and I'm going to sink into the quicksand. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and it was a very real fear for kids around my age.
Was it from Never Ending Story?
It must be where the horse sinks in.
It got me too, that.
Artax.
Yeah.
Like kids now would never fear quicksand.
No.
It's not something in
That
their
movie
mind.
was pretty profound though for us at that age. Like it was a epic movie.
Oh, have you ever tried to get your kids to watch that? My kids have zero interest in watching that.
Yeah, but if I had my oldest watch that with that horse in the quicksand, he would he would cry for hours.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it is
It
very
is
sad.
But the thing is that those movies now, when you rewatch them, they're so slow.
Yeah.
They're just the movies didn't have the pace that they have now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It
the
was
kids are on
Rockman.
iPads. Yeah.
Was it the Rockman in the Never Ending Story too? Was it
Oh, there
Rockman?
was.
Yeah, Rockman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so in northern Tasmania, there is quicksand in this one part of the beach that is literally consuming horses and cows.
Really?
Northern Tasmania, they tell people to be really careful when they're four-wheel driving around there.
God, you've got a photo in front of us, and a four-wheel drive is literally sinking in there.
Yeah.
People are climbing out of it.
There are people
Oh, that would give me. Oh.
who have literally sat there and watched cows go under.
Because you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Get them out.
I remember
out.
watching like one of those animal rescue shows once, and a cow was in the middle of a dam, and it must have been like really thick
bogged.
sand under it, and they had to it was such an effort to get this cow out. It was like massive machinery, and then they had to put like a big ropey thing around it. You just think how heavy they are and how it suctions you. And apparently you're not meant to move. I just remember so much going, you don't move, because the more you move, the more you go down.
Yeah, but like, how do you get out then?
Well, I don't think you
that'd
do.
be
I don't
horrific.
think you get out.
That's
I think you
that's
just
like a
sink
worse version of
quicker.
drowning,
Apparently.
isn't it?
Now-
Really, because it's slow and like.
Oh, isn't that awful? Yeah. Apparently, Stevie, what was his name? Stevie Jacobs, went in quicksand. I'm going to look it up now. Went in quicksand on the Today Show. And it was pretty hectic.
Oh yeah, the panic could set in at some point, wouldn't it?
I didn't even think quicksand was real, to be honest. I thought quicksand was just like a made-up thing that you saw in the movies. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
never
know
thought
it was
about it.
actually real.
Yeah.
I can't find it on here. It's not on here.
Oh, bum.
But, I was talking to, that's right, I brought it up the other day, and one of the producers at The Circle was working on that show at that time. And he said it was really hectic. Like the quicksand was intense.
Imagine that feeling of sucking you under.
Well, just in the beach when you stand there when the water comes over, and your feet are covered so quickly, you become like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when the waves
totally.
come, it's like, imagine that was like your whole body.
Do you know what else is scary to
Yucky.
think about? I remember hearing a story. I actually can't remember if it was a kid or an adult got caught in a wheat silo.
What's that?
There's the big silos
Oh,
on the side of the road, and they're filled with wheat. But it's the
I don't
same
know
thing.
What you mean?
Sort of, the big, it's almost like big tanks. They look like massive tanks on the side of the road, like big,
What, in country
they're on
roads?
stilts.
more country
They're on
roads.
stilts.
And it's filled with wheat. And some guy or kid or whatever fell into one, but it's like you would suffocate in there because you take a breath and it's the wheat.
There's just wheat there.
It goes in. Can you imagine that?
I have that
Awful.
fear when I'm at bloody trampoline houses and stuff, and you jump into the foam off the trampoline. You've probably never been to one, but you jump, and you do flips into the foam.
Oh, you mean
squares.
like bounce and stuff?
Yeah, and it's so deep
Oh,
that you're like,
yeah.
I can see my kids start panicking, like,
Oh,
I can't
same.
climb out of here.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
Yeah,
I
it is.
know.
It's scary. Too funny. Hey, what were you scared? Like, that was my main fear when I was a kid. Do you remember what yours were? Also, Mr. Cruel.
Oh my God.
I was so utterly petrified of Mr. Cruel. And we had Carla, who worked with us for a long time, and she's written an incredible piece about Mr. Cruel actually on our website, Show and Tell Online.
Yeah.
Because it was, I think, was it the little girl from her school that went missing or someone in her area? Anyway, he was taking stuff from her line.
Yeah.
And she had to move houses because the police thought that he was basically stalking her, and she was going to be one of his potential victims.
oh my God.
Have you not read that piece?
I don't remember it, but I'm sure I read it. But I just
You've got to go to Show and Tell and seriously type in Mr. Cruel, and it will it's there. The piece is there by Carla, and it's phenomenal.
I'll tell you what freaks me out about that more than because I was right about the age at that time of the girls because they were like 10
Tam and Chan.
Yep, 10 to 12 I think they were. And I remember the fear of it all.
Yeah.
But then in reading about it as I've gotten older, there's a really big suspicion he was in my area.
Oh.
So my entire area was checked because they were saying it was because I live under a flight path close to the airport. There were all these other things. They thought he was a teacher or a policeman.
Oh, wow.
Especially the way he was so
Methodical.
yes, in how he would wash them down. So there was no deep. So after he'd had them tied up, abused them, whatever, he would put them in the bath, clean under their fingernails, everything.
God, it's creepy.
To get rid of any trace of anything. So, yeah, and a couple of the girls, I think there were 2 girls that survived that could see a little bit under their blindfolds. And they talked about, I think it was like peach curtains and whatever. And the thought that guy's never been caught.
Yeah.
Like he could be dead now.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could be alive. Could be my
Yeah.
next door
Imagine
neighbour.
living with that. Like, imagine not obviously with the crime because he's obviously a Fruit Loop, but just knowing that at any time some sort of evidence could pop up and the game's over.
He wouldn't be living in Australia anymore, I wouldn't think.
Well, there was
He wouldn't have just stopped.
That's what I mean. And he couldn't keep going in Australia, so I reckon he would have gone on to somewhere else.
Well, there was talk for a while of, do you remember the Golden State Killer? He was also called the original Night Stalker or something. Like he did a lot of bad stuff. They've found him now. But there was talk that they thought maybe he was Mr. Cruel too because there was a time where I think he came over and spent some time in Australia. So, yeah, very interesting and unsettling.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, so anyway, going on from Mr. Cruel, did you guys have anything ridiculous you were scared of when you were kids?
I don't think so. I don't really know.
Not quicksandish?
Nah, look, I always was that panic kid that was because my dad had made us paranoid about like the process of if someone – because at the time when we were walking to school – the parents used to always talk about people pulling up beside you and offering lollipops.
Lollies. My dad would always go, never take boiled lollies.
And my
Boiled
dad's like,
too.
My dad went to like the minute detail of how to get away. Like you drop your bag, all of it. And I just remember always walking and being fascinated by kids that never looked behind them. Like I was always the kid looking around, assessing. I still do it. I'm like, oh my God, Dad has made us all paranoid. But all these other kids were just so unaware. And even when I was in a group, I knew what was – I was always the one that was like, someone's following us, But and then it's like you watch horror movies and everything's heightened. Like I just remember It, the clown from It, the drains, like just that totally freaked me out. I reckon that might have been after that and Chucky in that era.
Yeah.
Was
My
one of the
kids
last ones I watched.
are obsessed with Chucky and It, and they haven't watched it, and so their minds are going faster. Like every day I drive them to school and they're like, so tell me, was Chucky nice? Like what happened? Like they're obsessed. And I'm like, I'm not talking about it because they honestly are up all the time when they think about it before bed. We'll have a rough night every time. It and
Why
Chucky.
are they thinking about it? Where have they seen it?
Well, It, Chucky and Momo, that character that comes up on YouTube, they're their 3 kind of obsessions because they're hearing things from different kids.
Right.
And then their minds, like my son hasn't even seen a picture of Momo but was up all night scared of Momo.
Have you seen a picture of
He's
that?
so fucking scary.
And you can't even let them watch it to slow it down because it's worse. Like you can't even
In it
say,
and
let's
stuff like
watch
that.
it so that you don't make up a story in your head about what it is
yeah.
because it's worse than what they would make up.
Well, that's it with Momo. I was like, I thought maybe I'll just show him because it won't be as bad as what's in his head. And then I had a really good look. I'm like, no fucking chance. This character is so scary.
No, that Pennywise, mate.
With his teeth, his sharp teeth.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Do you know who I think that is? I should Google this before I say it, but I'm just going to take a punt. I think it's Tim Curry.
I don't know who Tim
played
Curry is.
Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
In the latest
in the original.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. But that movie, see, I can't watch it. I can't watch movies where
I never watched
kids.
it.
I did
kids
that
are
out
hurt.
of peer like hanging out with a group of people who were watching it because I would never in a million years watch a horror movie by choice.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just not my personality. I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
No. Do you remember Pet Sematary?
Stephen King, yes. Do you remember Cujo?
No.
Oh, what?
I don't
was it
remember that
called?
either.
Dog Cujo, the dog with rabies. It was a Saint Bernard.
Oh my God, your
In
memory.
the actual movie?
No, hang on. No, they just like covered a dog in blood and
No, but
pus and
hold
shit.
on. It's a dog's name from Pet Sematary. You remember the actual dog's name from Pet
No,
Sematary? Or
Cujo,
it's a different
Cujo was
character.
a different Stephen King novel that was a
Got
movie.
you. No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm trying to find who
Remember
played
the
that
single
guy.
white female? Was it called Single White Female, that
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
That was pretty hardcore.
Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason
yes,
Leigh.
that was hectic, that one too.
Tim Curry is Pennywise.
Yes,
Is that
so
who you
he's
said?
Frankenfurter
Yeah, right.
from Rocky Horror. Another great movie.
It is a great movie.
And also another random piece of knowledge by you.
There you go.
Yes. Do you remember People Under the Stairs?
Oh,
I don't.
my God.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It was a house and people lived like I think a couple or a family lived in it. And then there were like people who lived under the stairs. Were they dead people? Were they zombies? Or
Mate, I don't
can't
even remember, but I remember the front cover, the VHS cover.
And there was like from under the stairs a hand reaching through. So good.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. We will be back next week. Mel and I on Monday will have a blast from the pre-corona past. We're going to do old commercials because you forget when you were a kid, like you will remember the commercials as much as you do the TV shows.
Yeah.
There was no fast forwarding those babies.
Nah.
So make sure you reach out anytime you want. Show and Tell online. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram, mainly Insta. Do you check Facebook messages? I don't.
No, I don't actually.
Or you can shoot us an email, stacey@showandtellonline.com.au. Hey, keep your ratings coming in.
Yes.
Thank you.
yeah.
And let a friend know. I saw somebody and I can't find it now, but it was a screenshot where she had said, this is a great podcast. Listen to this one. So thanks. We totally appreciate it on your Instagram. Love it. Tutti frutti.
Toot toot.
Bye.